Hey, Sasha, it's nice to talk to you today.
You
How's it
too,
going?
Bernard. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate your time.
No problem, no problem. So I got some questions, so let's jump right
Hey,
into
let's
this.
do it. Let's do it. Fire away.
All right, well, season two's first episode definitely gave me some like New Jack City vibes. And then was that a was that something on purpose? Was that how it was supposed to kind of feel watching it?
Well, absolutely. I mean, I think, it's funny. In an earlier conversation with another journalist, I was talking about New Jack City. First off, that episode was directed by Mario Van Peebles.
Mhm.
So, hard to, once you have Mario on board, it's hard not to lean into New Jack City. But yeah, I mean, I think, look, that to me is a sort of seminal film. And I don't think Power or this series exists without that movie in a way. Maybe they do, but in a different way. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I think in a way, Rock's ascension is sort of reminiscent of the Cash Money Brothers, right? Like it has those vibes in a good way. And yeah, I mean, I think, and by the way, of course, that whole thing was based on the Supreme Team, right? Or
Yeah,
what was
yeah.
going, so it's not like, I mean, that stuff is not fantasy, that's fact. you
Hmm.
know the Baisley houses functioned somewhat. I mean, wasn't exactly like the Carter, but they were, you know, they were sort of, a sort of a central sort of trading post as it related to drugs back in the 80s.
Awesome. Um, Curious, how difficult is it creating and writing a spin-off franchise based off Power, which is insanely popular? How is it really a challenging thing to do?
It is. It is. I mean, there's pros and cons to it. I shouldn't even say the pros and cons. There's challenges and there's advantages to it. The advantage is you have this built-in audience that no matter what is going to give you a shot. If the show sucks, they're going to turn off their TVs, but they are going to at least watch the first couple episodes to see if you've captured some of the magic that the original Power had. So that's a huge, huge advantage that this series has that others don't. What's challenging is that they're big shoes to fill. I
Gotcha.
mean, it was, it was a massively successful series. I mean, season 6 of Power was the most watched premium cable show behind only Game of Thrones. And
Mm.
so, that type of success is almost impossible to duplicate. But it's also the opportunity, right? Which is like, we get this great chance to sort of dig deeper into these stories, into these characters, and then sort of give them new life.
Awesome. Now, I know it's this season, music has always been a very important feature to the Power franchise, but I feel like this season of Raising Kanan focuses on music a lot. Is that something? Am I actually, being very accurate in my assessment of that?
100%. I mean, you've nailed it. And again, that's kind of true to life, right? Which is that back in that day, a lot of the guys who were hustling transitioned into music because it was a legit business that they could move into.
Mm.
And the barriers to entry weren't that high, and they had their ear to the street. So they felt like they knew this world. So yeah, for sure. I mean, music is a huge, it's a huge, the original Power was going to sort of head off in that direction a little bit, but it became so popular in the story that it didn't quite get there. We're trying to get there a little bit, because if you look at, some of the labels of that era, a lot of them, frankly, were funded by illicit gains, and so we're trying to explore that a little bit.
Awesome. And to wrap this all up, what can viewers expect from season two that they didn't get in season one of Raising King?
I mean, I think season one, is was really about establishing the world, the character, the setting. I think season two was a much deeper dive into the stories and the characters. So I think, the stakes get a lot higher as the season progresses. We meet new adversaries and form new alliances. And I think, especially as the season progresses, as we sort of hurtle toward the end, things start to get pretty intense. And I think the end of the season will be something that people are talking about for a while.
Awesome. I can't wait to see that. It's been a pleasure talking to you today. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate you, Bernard. Be well, man.
Thank you. You too.